Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and today I'm gonna be doing my first bookshelf tour, I think ever. If you hear some shuffling and noises, my dogs are playing. I don't want to stop them because they're honestly very cute, so I'm just gonna let them play. As you guys can tell, these are different shelves from what I had last year. I had two IKEA Billy bookshelves that I really liked, but some things happened, we had to get rid of them. And instead, for my birthday, I got this 3 bookshelves from Target, I believe. So they're much shorter. I can reach them really easily, and they're not as spaceful as the IKEA shelves, but they'll have to do for now. And also, I have 3 of them here. So this is actually more space than 2 IKEA bookshelves do anyway. But here's a clip of me talking about this whole process, I think, and giving you some information about my shelves. I'm gonna insert right now. What's up? We had a flood in here a few times, and this carpet was trashed to such a bad degree, and we planned on replacing the carpet when we got here, but thankfully we didn't. First we had our washer machine, like our laundry machine break, and then we had the heater start leaking and seeping through that wall right there and kind of just seeping in the carpet as well. What that meant is that all the water that we had in the carpet, it kind of got soaked into the bookshelves and it was starting to mold, and that's not safe. So we had to get rid of the bookshelves when we replaced the carpet, and yes, replaced the carpet, and it's beautiful and very nice, and hopefully nothing happens to it. Okay, so I just finished building my first shelf. I haven't put anything yet, but I put it up and look how tall it is. Are you kidding me? IKEA shelves were like so much taller. They went up to like almost the ceiling, and this one is so short. I guess that'll have to do. I mean, build a second one. Okay, now that you're back, honestly I don't remember what I was telling in that clip and what exactly I filmed. I think I wanted to do some book organization there, but I was in a space of mind that I just needed to organize my bookshelves, which were a complete mess by myself, without cameras, without turning on the lights, setting anything up. I'm gonna take his collar off so it doesn't ring at least. And so yeah, I did a book organization, which I am very pleased to finally done it, because that book haul, that huge book haul that I did messed everything up. I had no space, books were stuck, double layering was happening, there was just a huge mess, which I did not like. So I did a book organization, and this is the end result, which I am so happy with. We're gonna do all the top shelves first and just go like this, because if I do this, that's just gonna be too much adjustment for me, and I'm not signing up for that. I'm not gonna pull out every single book, because first of all, that's very time consuming, and I don't want to edit that hell of a video, and also that's not what I like watching. I like watching people talk about some honorable mentions on the bookshelves, maybe something they read or something they excited to read, and this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we're starting our top shelves right here. I'm sorry if audio is bad. I have a mic and it's pointing to me right now, but since I'm gonna be, you know, coming and touching things, audio probably will change. So this shelf is all my fantasy and sci-fi shelf. I don't have a lot of those because, well, I don't read a lot of fantasy sci-fi, but whatever I have accumulated is on this shelf, which I'm really proud about it. Except The Perfect Nanny, which doesn't belong here. I think it's more of like Mr. Thriller, but we'll come to that shelf and you'll see that that's pretty full. So I have my Leigh Bardugo over here. I'm currently reading Six of Crows, that's why it's not here. Horrible, which I've read last year. I read Harry Potter and Alice in Wonderland, and this is about it for the shelf. I have Rebecca's book right here, which I need to get to, but yeah, this is a very minimalistic a really short shelf. I read all of these books and I'm just making my way through this duology. But yeah, that's my first shelf. This shelf I am pretty proud of. I have dedicated an entire shelf to Stephen King, as you can see. This is another horror novel, which is The House of Leaves. It's such an awkward shape, but honestly I didn't know where to put it. But since this pocketbooks are very short on the shelf anyway, I decided to like just elevate them, and they all fits really nicely. Of course there's more space for more books, which I'm so excited for. So yeah, I have Carrie, Green Mile, and The Shining, which I've read. I also read The Pet Sematary. Oops, things start falling. And I've read The Long Walk, The Elevation. I know they all like dispersed together because it's fine for me to keep my read and unread books together. But this is my Stephen King and like horror shelf. I guess this is not Stephen King, but you know, it fits. Okay, this last bookshelf, well, last top shelf is quite messy because it's the first shelf that I have organized, and here I'm like, hey, this shelf is pretty short, so let's put all my short books here. I have my Brandon Sanderson here together. I only read Elantris, and then there's Fear the Line, they're not together, which pisses me off. I have A Series of Fortunate Events and some middle grades right here. Just short bookshelves with short books. Nothing else is really themed in here. I have a few arcs that I need to get to that was sent to me. I'm sure as I will expand my library, I will hopefully make it more pleasant to look at. But okay, let's move on to the next level. Okay, starting on the left again, here are the books for the book club picks. I just put them here so they're visible to me. But this shelf is mainly dedicated to Agatha Christie, of course. You can see I have quite a stack of hers, of her books. I probably can put this one right here. There you go. That's even better. But it's also one of my Khaled Hosseini to be together. These two match perfectly, which I like to look at. I have Ryle Grandin. I don't know, I haven't read his books yet, which I want to get to this year. I read Death on the Nile, Taken at the Flood, and Mysterious Fairy Styles and Murder on the Orient Express, and that's it. So I definitely need to get to reading more of books. Moving to the next shelf, I'm calling this the heart of my bookshelf, mainly because it's right in the middle of the bookshelves. This is where my eye lands. This is like my level where I stand. Of course, I wanted to put my favorite books of all times here. Starting with Mitch Albom collection. I love my Mitch Albom. I always want to keep them together. Then I have my Frederick Buckman collection. There's all the books by him that I own right now that I need to read. I read only these two. Well, I didn't have this one, but I read these two. Then, of course, I have Holly Jackson's. I am currently waiting to get the second book in the series, which is Good Girl, Bad Blood, which I don't know. I'll have to move something around, obviously, to get a space for that book because I'd like them to be together. Obviously, my Angie Thomas collection. I have The Hate You Give, On the Come Up, Concrete Rose is here. So nice to look at them all being like together like that. I love that. And these are just 3 books that I have not read, but I'm quite excited about these. I bought them all brand new and they cost a lot of money, so I would like them to be in nice condition when I will start reading them. So I have a Latsue, The Both Die and the End, and The How and the Why. Alright, moving to this shelf, I have a flower, let's move that one. And I have some bookmarks from Powell's, which I use. I think I had like 10 of these and I have only 2 left. I don't know how I lose these so fast, but this just happens, you know? This is my historical fiction shelf. I am very proud to say that I have an entire shelf of historical fictions. I can fill the entire shelf, even too much. Even though I love historical fiction and I love reading these, I haven't read a lot of these actually. I've only read The Tattoos of Auschwitz, and then Buddha in the Attic, All the Light We Cannot See, Night, and City of Thieves. I think that's it. This is kind of sad, honestly. It's okay, I'm gonna fix it this year. Yeah, this is all just my hardcovers. I know this is not historical fiction, but it's just here, you know, like let's just leave it here. Donna Tartt, The Goldfinch may not be historical fiction, but it's fine here as well. Again, the organization is not completely perfect. Really looking forward to reading Salt to the Sea this year. I had this book for so long on my shelves. I gotta get to this already, you know? Okay, I'm getting lower and I have to kind of bend a little bit to get to the shelf. Let's move this decoration from here. This shelf is my, as you could tell, my mystery thriller shelf. I have a lot of paperbacks, mystery thrillers that I'm really excited to get to. I have my Ruth Ware books right here. They didn't fit, but because I wanted my Karen Fossum books to be together as well. And that's pretty much it. Everything else, it's kind of all over the place. The Kind Worth Killing is my favorite thing ever. Highly recommend to read this one. But yeah, I'm so excited just to read all of them. Hopefully I can find the time to do this year. I've read all of these. I read these two. The Wife Between Us was great. And The Hidden Bodies was fantastic, as well as The Perfect Murders. Let's move on to the next shelf, which is my mystery thrillers as well, but in hardcovers. This is pretty much where I sit and film in front of these books, so I didn't want them to be too destructive, so I tried to find all the hardcovers that's pretty much the same size. The majority of them are mystery thrillers. Of course, My Dark Vanessa, Anxious People are not. But that's okay, you know, we're not looking for perfection. Pretty self-explanatory shelf. I wish I could find space for this book together with my Frederick Backman's, but it's fine. I read The Woman in the Window last year, as well as You, which was a fantastic book. And then The Girl and the Train was really great. I'm hoping to get to The Guest List soon. Got a brand new copy of that. I don't really like hardcovers. As you can see, I don't have many. Since pretty much more than half of them are thrifted, it's okay for them to be hardcovers like that. This shelf here have my Chibi art jar, which we can move as well out of the way. This is my YA contemporary shelf. I do have quite a bit of these as well. I know Little Life is not way contemporary, but I'm really excited about this one and I don't want to put it down any further since this is already like a third shelf down. But I have my David Levithan here. I read Every Day and was fantastic. I can't wait to read this one. I know the Librarian of Auschwitz can actually go maybe historical fiction shelf, but there's no space, so get over it. I'm not a serial killer. I'm not sure if it's a YA or not. Or maybe it can go probably on the mystery thriller shelf, but I kind of like it here, you know? So I have my also science books together here. Not science, but Benjamin Allaire science. I read the Estrella Dante and it was really nice, and I got this one. I need to get to it soon. I think this one could go somewhere else. Every Hard Door sucked, unfortunately. Here I'll have to sit on the floor because I still cannot bend my knee from the surgery. And also I'm holding the mic, hopefully. The audio is okay. But here we have the flower, which we can move out of the way. We don't need it here. This shelf is sporadic and it's much larger. As you can see, as we go down, all the shelves get bigger. This is a kind of awkward bookshelf, which I don't like. Do not like this about it too much, that the bookshelves are not all the same size. Here we have all of my classics. I have John Steinbeck right there. And just a lot of things that I did not really find any place to. Random books that I don't know where to put them. Maybe general fiction or maybe like a climbing book or like a graphic novel. Like I don't have these. A lot of these. I have Colin Hoover here together, which is fun. And yeah, there's not a lot to this bookshelf. Not a lot of organization in here, which I'm sad about. This is the shelf of my books that were misfits that didn't fit anywhere else, or just like general fiction. Most of these are general fiction, but Megan Miranda can be put in the mystery thriller. From here I read Americana. I read Americana last year and it was really, really good. I also read The Giver, which was great. I can actually probably put it together with the other book in this series. There you go, that looks much better. I read this as my first audiobook ever, and then I found this copy, the Dollar Tree, and so I was like snatching it up because I really liked this book and I wanted to have it and reread it like physically. But moving on to this shelf, this would probably not make sense to a lot of people. These 2 books, I didn't know where to fit them, so they just stay in here. But here is I'm gonna put all the books that I read in a month so I can easily wrap them up. So yes, these 2 books I already read in March is the books I am not really excited about anymore. I purchased them at some point. I wanted to make a video probably to like, these books will destruct in 12 months type of thing. But honestly, I don't like unhauling books until giving them a chance. So this is just a pile for me to see of the books that I would like to get to this year and read them and figure out what if I like them, I'll keep them. If I don't, I unhaul them. So this is the books except this one. This is the books for my secret TBR video. I will post one day. I just need to finish it. And it takes me way too long than I anticipated. I want to keep this whole shelf to be movable, something that I can take books off, see, my current projects, that, books that I'm currently reading. Then these 2 shelves are empty. There's our documents. There's our important documents there, but these 2 shelves are empty for now. But let me show you down there, our last bookshelf. It's all my classics. All the Barnes & Noble classics that I have accumulated. There's quite a bit of them. It's a full shelf and I try to do the best with the space I have. I also have some Shakespearean books there. I try to organize them by the rainbow at first. I just really don't care at this point. I just shove them down. I just shove them down there and just hope for the best. So here we are, guys. Here's my first bookshelf tour. I'm sorry if it was like an exciting and very boring. I'll try to edit it to make it fun. My bookshelves are not perfect and I try to keep them organized and nice for me to look at. This is the best I can do with the space that I have and the books that I have. It's gonna change one day, but maybe by the time my bookshelves change again, I can do a more thorough book tour and pull out every single book. If you'd like to see that, let me know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out of breath. I'm gonna go lay down and relax now. But yeah, I'll see you next one. Bye.